But Swiatek is one of the dominant player on the tour. If you look at all the results, it's going to be a good challenge for Krejcikova today, I think.
Yeah, it certainly is. Any concern for you towards the end of her last match, Krejcikova holding the back a lot? We know that it has been the back that's kept her off the tour for so long.
Yes, and as long as she recovers well and she takes care of the back, but these are long season, long matches, and especially when you have tournaments, 2 weeks with the Grand Slam, it's not always easy. But as long as she's fit, I think Krejcikova is one of the most dangerous players. She has so much variety in her tennis, and that's quite very good to have. And Swiatek, on the other hand, she puts a lot of pressure on the opponent, so Krejcikova is going to have to be ready for all the aggression coming from the other side.
Yeah, it's an intriguing encounter. Headphones off, just gone midday on a Saturday afternoon, and let's listen in to the housekeeping.
We have a special guest, David, with us today. So, ladies, just a small reminder, you have 3 unsuccessful challenges during the set. Please say something, it will be easier for me to understand that you won a challenge. For the towels, Iga, you will have A box. Barbara, you will have B box. And the 7 line umpires, and after we finish coin toss, please look in that direction opposite of the chair for the picture, okay? And it's electronic coin toss. Iga, what do you want to choose? We have Korea Open or WTA? Korea Open, and WTA will be for you. David, can you help us please with this? Yeah, let's have a look on the scoreboards now. And it's WTA. Yes.
Receive.
Receive. You stay here. Can we take the picture facing there? David, just look there.
I think David did very well with the coin toss. It was just pressing of the button. It was called by Swiatek. It was won by Barbora Krejcikova. She seemed very happy to have won the coin toss.
Right, Barbara?
And just confirmation there that she has elected to receive. And that is what, Steph, I really enjoyed about Krejcikova this week. Just the constant, it seemed, smile on her face through these matches.
Yeah, it's so important to enjoy your tennis. There's a lot of traveling, a lot of time off the court, but she's doing really well coming back into her matches.
Yeah, she certainly is. Iga Swiatek against Barbora Krejcikova. This is a WTA 500 event, just the level below the 1,000. This is how the draw has shaped up. Quarterfinals and semi-finals to be played today. So the winner of this title could face 3 matches in 48 hours. This is the top half of the draw. You can see there Swiatek coming through against Sorana Castell after a bye in the first round. And Krejcikova, with a late wildcard, has already played 2 matches. The last one, a tough tussle against Emma Raducanu to book her place in the last 8. So the stage is set, the spectators continue to file in, and we will start with Iga Swiatek, who's had, Steph, she's had a really good year all round, but especially this back half of the season since Wimbledon.
Yes, I do think when she gains all that confidence and starts playing really well, she's a very difficult opponent to play. She has so many titles, and such as a young age, it's quite impressive. And not she dedicates herself, but she has her game style and she goes for it, and she has a lot of self-belief in this. And I think it's great to see her. But she's always a tough opponent. She puts a lot of pressure going forward, almost rushing the opponent. So Krejcikova has to be ready today to get all that energy coming her way.
She's very popular in Asia. Iga Swiatek talked about how much it means to her being here. This is obviously the Olympic Tennis Center for when tennis returned to the Games in 1988, and it's where her father took place. It was in the rowing, but she said really special for father and daughter to come back here together, Iga Swiatek, for a first time. And when it comes to Barbora Krejcikova, she only returned to action in the last 4 months. I think it was back in Stuttgart, where she actually, Strasbourg, sorry, that she came back after a back problem, Steph, that she said at one point she thought she might not be able to play to her level again because of the pain.
Yeah, it's very difficult when you're a tennis player, you've done all these years and you're away from the court that long. But with her, she has so much talent and so much variety. And when she's on the court, and you've seen in the last few weeks and months, she comes back from matches and we're saying she was smiling on the court, so she really enjoyed the competition. But staying healthy for her, yeah, it's the key. But as long as she's recovering well and then making sure she does all the exercise off the court and on the court, she's a great player to watch play because she goes forward, change the rhythm, and very comfortable also at the net. I think that would be very important today against Swiatek, to change the rhythm, not giving her too much space.
In terms of the head-to-head, it's 3-2 in favour of Swiatek. You can see the last meeting, that was in Riyadh at the WTA finals, when Krejcikova was really nursing her way through to the end of the season because of that back problem. Interestingly, as we say hello to Yulia Ignichenko, keeping an eye on proceedings, watching what's happening. Look, there we go. We wait for the smile and the wave, which we get. Thank you very much to Yulia. But interestingly, on that head-to-head, we're not going to look too closely at the weather. Cloudy, 22, high humidity. We'll take that as long as there are no raindrops in sight. But yeah, with the head-to-head, the two wins she has over Swiatek have come in finals. They've come on hard courts, so she has the confidence.
Yes, and they're not really easy matches, so in their past. So I think it's gonna be a fun match today, and I think, as saying once again, that Krejcikova has to do a little bit, change up the rhythm, go forward. She's so comfortable at the net. That would be very important for today.
Won the toss and elected to receive.
Well, we think it's going to be a fun match. The win probability has predicted it to be a very one-sided encounter. However much people read into those, 81% in favour of Iga Swiatek. So this is who we are, this is what we are, and this is where we are, the Career Open 2025. For the first of today's quarterfinals, Iga Swiatek against Barbora Krejcikova. The winner will be playing again later today, not before around 9 o'clock UK time. That's 5 p.m. local time. So the last few seconds for both players. No play apart from practice for Swiatek yesterday on the indoor courts. For Krejcikova, there was doubles to be played and a quarter-final to be won. But this is singles action. This is for a place in the semi-finals. And Iga Swiatek, world number 2, will be stepping up to start things off.
First set. Iga Swiatek to serve. Ready? Antamida, take your seats quickly, please. Thank you. Players are ready.
Straight away, Krejcikova using 2 slices in that last point. It's going to be interesting to see how this match unfolds.
Is that going to be key for Krejcikova against Swiatek to use variety?
Yes, I do feel as long as it's not too much, but you could see this wasn't enough from Krejcikova after that return slice. Because one thing Swiatek does really well is stepping forward.
Touching 15. Ladies and gentlemen, please switch off your mobile phones. Thank you. Attention.
We can see she doesn't want to give too much space and rhythm to Swiatek, but she has to execute it well.
Wait.
And there it is, first game on the board of the quarterfinal. Always good, whoever you are, whatever level you are playing at, just to hold serve, to settle in. We'll also keep you across the other quarterfinal, taking place at the same time over on Grandstand, because the winner of that plays the winner of this. And it's been a very fast start for the teenager. I love tennis. Well, we love tennis. That's a lovely handmade poster. Maya Joint is a break up and a point away from consolidating her break against Clara Towson. So Joint going for 3-love in the first set. So we'll keep you across everything that's taking place with those quarterfinals running concurrently across the two courts. Just gone past midday local time, and if you missed the weather, it's cloudy, about 20 degrees, and humidity sitting at around 87%.
Barbara Krejcikova to serve.
Swiatek is quite in control of all the rallies. I know it's early in the match, but Krejcikova just struggling to get a rhythm, making a few unforced errors here and there. Swiatek's body language is a bit more positive, really trying to put a lot of pressure on the other side.
Yuri Novak, the coach of Barbora Krejcikova, started working together in May of this year, looking to refine that form that's taken her to #2 in the world.
Talk about how Swiatek is so dominant, 24 titles, but Krejcikova, 2 times Grand Slam champion. On the court, she has so many positive and a lot of variety, trying to keep the injuries away. That's another challenge for Krejcikova. I wonder if she's feeling it at the moment. Not on the last serve. Definitely needed that, but yeah, wake up in the morning playing Iga Świątek world number 2. You have to be on your A game. Nice and composed that last point. Krejcikova. Yeah, she took that time on that last forehand. It's with big targets, which I like, especially in the first few games.
Yeah, too good from Iga Świątek. And she breaks to 30, the first break of this quarter-final. Going back to that win probability, 81% in favour of Iga Świątek. All the numbers favouring her. She does have the early break, 2-love lead in the first of these quarter-finals, while Maya Joint has a point for 4-love in the quarter-final on grandstand. Weather-wise, we should say we're not expecting any rain, but now I've said that, probably going to get some rain.
Hopefully not.
I think positively. We're going to be positive on the weather.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a funny one because if you know you might have to match during a day singles match, maybe not doubles, you almost want to keep it almost not waste energy, waste moments, so you almost maybe a bit more focused in a sense.
Yeah, you want to be as efficient as possible, and for Krejcikova, whatever happens here, she's slated to play her doubles semi-final, last match of the day over on grandstand.
I feel right now Krejcikova, she wants to do variety, comes to the net not at the right time.
15 love.
She has to make sure she takes all the right decision, especially against world number 2 Świątek. We can really afford to have some bad decision in a way.
See what she's trying to do. She's trying to be more aggressive on the serve, trying to take it early, but so far it's just all going the way of Iga Świątek, who, interesting sidebar to the rest of her year, with Aryna Sabalenka not playing in Beijing, Iga Świątek very much still in the race for year-end #1.
Probably for Świątek is a motivation. She likes those challenges. She's been as high as #1, as we know. Quite enough here, Krejcikova.
14 love.
Still trying to be aggressive, still trying to attack. Not working though at the moment for Barbora Krejcikova, and it's a comfortable hold, a hold for love to consolidate the early breaker serve for Iga Świątek. Discussions being had, but she'll be happy so far. Through 13 minutes, she leads by 3 games to love.
Ladies and gentlemen, please find your seats quickly. Thank you. Hansamida. Time.
It's been a fast start for the world number 2 Iga Świątek, a faster start for the 19-year-old teenager Maya Joint, who over on grandstand leads Clara Towson by 5 games to love. The winner of that faces the winner of this. Iga Świątek at the end of that last game requests a large bunch of white towels. They have appeared. Now, interesting to see Barbora Krejcikova get herself on the board at the start of this fourth.
Please take a seat quickly behind the players. Thank you. Players are ready.
That's the Krejcikova we know. There was just a bit more in that last forehand, a bit more aggression. You need that against Świątek.
You very much have to fight fire with fire, which she did at that point.
Like a change of pace in that last serve from Krejcikova. The kick serve as a first serve. Kind of surprised Świątek. All these little details against those top players are very important.
Chain 15.
She's always sorry on the return and then to recover also after. Always a lot of intensity behind Świątek's shots.
Latvia service.
It's a third quarter-final of the year for Barbora Krejcikova, who, as we said, missed a lot due to her back. It's a 13th for Świątek, with Krejcikova looking for a first semi-final and Świątek a 9th.
the intensity.
Platino.
She's on top of every shot at the moment, Świątek. It's going to be a tough challenge for Krejcikova. She keeps that same quality the last few games.
For 3-30.
She likes her big forehand, Krejcikova, but that can be costly. You want to get that first game on the scoreboard.
Advantage Świątek.
Yeah, that was an excellent 1-2 punch off the serve from Krejcikova to save break point. And in the meantime, Maya Joy, 6-love, the teenager, first set over Clara Towson over on grandstand.
She's definitely on a mission, Maya Joint.
Advantage Świątek.
Oh, she's missed it. She had it.
Game Świątek.
That's a double break and a 4-love lead for Iga Świątek in this first set. It was always going to be tough
Świątek
for
leads
Barbora
by 4
Krejcikova.
games to 1.
As you can see, their confirmation, 22 minutes played, 4-love. And you touched, Steph, on the intensity that Iga Świątek brings every time she steps onto the court. I mean, personally, it must be exhausting to be that intense all of the time.
Yes, but that's why she's been number 1, number 2 right now. But as a player, as an opponent, you wake up in the morning, you know you're going to have all that energy and that pressure. You have to be on top form. Yes, and I wonder, Krejcikova, we mentioned earlier, she has a bit of a back issue in her last match. Hopefully she had time to recover. Yesterday didn't play. Well, she played doubles, but it's always the challenge.
We just saw a shot of Room for Set. They started working together at the back end of last year. They were together in Riyadh at the Tour Finals. Since then, she's become a Grand Slam champion for a 6th time at Wimbledon this summer.
Yeah, it seems to be working well.
I remember at the time she said it was important when looking for a new coach, she wanted someone outside of Poland, almost a sort of new view on things, a new look at things.
I think it's inside of the corridor there. Third 315.
Yeah, it's an interesting point you just made about Swiatek's coach. Winfrey said just there. It's nice to have other ears and feedback and to stick with your team, but also be open to new opinions, and it looks like it's going quite well. I quite like the notebook too. Quite vintage.
Back-to-back double faults, clearly distracted by the voice that was coming from the corridor. But she is able to reset herself so quickly.
That was quite a spectacular swing volley on that forehand.
Quad 313.
Once again, she really wants to win every point as she does, but she knows Krejcikova is not an easy player. But she's very dominant and dictating at the moment, Swiatek.
And there we go, finishing off with an ace, a second ace of the match, a clean sweep of the first 5 games. So currently the 2 quarterfinals mirroring each other. 26 minutes played, 5-love for the world number 2.
Time.
Cries from the crowd of "Come on, Barbara." As we mentioned, still going strong in the doubles. The semi-final to play later today with Katerina Siniakova, but would dearly love to get herself on the board in the first set of this quarter-final. Currently now serving to stay in the set.
Much needed points from Krejcikova. Using a big weapon of a forehand. She'll need a lot more of these today. Maybe gets her energy up a little bit. Wondering if her back is struggling.
Fifth channel.
A lot of positive vibes coming from Świątek. She's clearly on a mission, as she always is, but today I feel it's a bit different.
Fifth chain 30.
She's going to challenge. If it's not overturned, it will be a third double fault, and it will be set points for Iga Świątek. Oh, right to challenge.
Replay the point.
There was a few
15
in the previous match against Raducanu. A few challenges. When it's that close, why not?
Seems to get her feet around the ball in position in time, and the result is the first of 2 set points for Iga Świątek.
Rare on forced errors from Świątek in this first set. Almost seems annoyed with herself, but she's been doing so well. She has high expectation of herself, Świątek.
There it is, the return of serve draws the error. It is a clean set of tennis for the debutante, the world #2, the top seed, Iga Świątek. Look at that, just over half an hour in play on centre court, and it is a 6-love first set for Iga Świątek. Now a set away from the Korea Open semi-finals.
Yeah, she's looking on top form here. Świątek, we'll see with all the numbers. Krejcikova really struggling, a lot of unforced errors, 11 from her, 8 winners from Świątek. She puts a lot of pressure, not giving Krejcikova any chance to get some rhythm. Could have a higher first serve percentage, Świątek, but at the moment she's the dominant one, not doing a lot of unforced errors and putting all her energy and putting a lot of pressure to Krejcikova on the other side. Thinking maybe her back is struggling with it, but what a great first set from Świątek.
So a dominant first set of tennis for Iga Świątek. Over on grandstand, Clara Towson's on the board. She's broken the serve of Maya Joint. First game, second set. Joint with breakback points. The winner of that faces the winner of this. A lot to do for Barbora Krejcikova, because that young lady in your picture there and on that poster there is a woman on a mission.
Świątek to serve.
And having broken the serve of Krejcikova, she has the advantage of serving first in set 2. Steph, from what you've seen, is there anything that Krejcikova can do differently in this second set?
Well, I think it's gonna sound simple, but just cut these unforced errors early in the rally and get those big targets, big margin. Just give yourself a bit of a chance. Or just do that. But she likes using that big forehand, and we haven't seen that in that first set.
15-0.
Maybe sometime just take a bit more, not aggressivity, but take a bit more chances, but she hasn't been able to. Świątek's putting a lot of pressure on her. Yeah, we know she likes to go to the net. She's very comfortable.
13-15.
At least she's trying something different, because whatever she's done in that first set didn't really work. But I thought she would be coming a bit more to the net, but I was saying Świątek is so on it and putting so much pressure, so she's struggling to kind of get into the rhythm.
Chain 15.
Just showing something a bit different to Świątek, a bit more fight.
40-13.
But we know she loves that forehand. Take a bit more risks. And when I think about Krejcikova, that's what I think about her, going forward with her forehand. Be a bit more aggressive with it. Like that last point.
Yes.
The first game of the second set is always quite important. Try to get that rhythm and that momentum going for Świątek, as Krejcikova tried to change. Oh. That was a good response from her.
Advantage Świątek.
Sometime in that first game, you can see sometimes the player getting a bit tight, but Świątek at the moment, she's really trying to send a message to Krejcikova.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the mission continues for the top seed.
Balls, please.
That is 7 games in a row for Iga Świątek
Second set.
on her debut in Seoul this year. As we talked about, still in the hunt for year-end #1, and I imagine for players that's very important. And for someone like Iga Świątek to have those targets and to have those goals and to finish year-end #1 is still a realistic goal for her, and something she can realistically achieve.
Yeah, she always has a lot of expectation of herself on the court. Świątek, we know she's been as high as #1, as we mentioned. Multiple Grand Slam champion. But my hat sort like it's not easy at the end of this season. Some players get tired. There's a lot of traveling for 9-10 months in the calendar. To stay that focused and motivated. Krejcikova at the moment. Not sure what she was saying, but a little bit annoyed. She's allowed to speak to her coaches when she's on the right side of the court.
It has been a nice side note to this event to see her back playing doubles with Katerina Siniakova, because they were so outrageously successful during their time together.
I think it's something she does quite well, balancing the singles and the doubles. Doubles also improve your single. A lot of tactic, different tactic. Instead of going off the court to practice, you go on the doubles court and you continue in a real life matches.
Light second serve. Fifteen, 13.
She'll be happy with that. Yeah, we're saying how she was smiling on the court this week. Not as much today, in good reason, but just struggling at the moment to find the court.
A nice change-up from Świątek. Draws the error and continues this run of games in this quarter-final. So unfortunately, nothing really for Krejcikova to smile about at the moment, because it is all one-way traffic in favour of the world #2.
Yeah, when we have a Iga Świątek on form, it can be quite devastating. But 17 unforced errors for Krejcikova in 8 games is quite a lot. And some of them are early in the rallies. Or just like that.
15 left.
Świątek is 12-2 since Wimbledon. A couple of defeats coming at the hands of Clara Towson and Amanda Anisimova, most recently at the US Open. Two titles for the year: Wimbledon, 6th Grand Slam title, and Cincinnati, which was a 24th career title, and she's only 24 years old.
That is so impressive. The amount of title at her age. And she's so motivated. She wants some more. And definitely today she's on a mission. I feel like she's unstoppable at the moment.
I'm loving these homemade posters. Have a look at that one. I mean, just as we were saying, it's so impressive what she's achieved so far.
It's a one-way street at the moment for Świątek, but I love the fact she is very focused on every shot, every point, as she is usually most of the time, but there's no distraction. So she's in her bubble, and sometimes when the matches are easier than expected, it's easy sometimes to lose your focus, and then that's when sometimes match changes, get the opponent back into the match, but I just don't see it today.
But for a second game in a row on serve, she's been taken to juice. So possibly a little bit of a hope opportunity for Krejcikova. She can just continue to be brave.
Even though it looks like it's quite easy on the scoreboard, that game is quite important for Krejcikova. Just try to plant a bit of doubt in Świątek's mind. That's the little hope she's giving herself to stay in this match. Could have easily got frustrated, but very, very important point from Krejcikova.
Advantage Krejcikova.
First break points on the eager Świątek serve. If she converts, there'll be a wonderful round of applause from the crowd.
Out. Krejcikova changes the ball on the right baseline.
Disappointed with that last backhand. Looked quite out to me.
Ball stands.
Because I think in the last few points, Krejcikova's doing really well. She's
Dios.
building her point, she's not giving the,
Barbara Krejcikova has 2 challenges remaining.
not making unforced errors early in the rally.
Light for service.
Taking a bit more chances there for Krejcikova.
Advantage, Krejcikova.
She really need that game to stay in this match.
Light for service.
And there's the applause, and wonderful to see the smile on the face of Barbora Krejcikova. She's had that smile through the course of this week. She's broken the run of games. And I love that reaction. We are back on serve, early stages, second set. Iga Świątek by set 2-1.
Time.
Still an awful lot of work for Barbora Krejcikova to do, who is yet to hold her own serve. But Steph, I loved that reaction when she broke, the big smile, the look to the box.
Yeah, that's how we know she loves playing tennis. She has the big smile, but that was a big game for her. I'm wondering how Świątek will react in this next game. Because she took a bit more control of the rallies with her forehand, Krejcikova, which she didn't do in the first set. Just give herself a bit more chance, a bit more aggressive.
I just saw a man with an umbrella in the crowd, but I'm happy to say I think he's shielding himself from the sunshine that's made its first appearance in a couple of days.
Love coaching.
Yeah, she knows she cannot afford those mistakes. Krejcikova Especially she's done so well to win that last game. You don't want to give it away that easily. But it does kind of send a message to opponent, and Świątek on the other side is so focused. It'll be a tough challenge for Krejcikova.
Look at that, some blue sky, white fluffy clouds. That's what we want to see, because we've got a lot of tennis to play today. All the quarterfinals and then the semi-finals. And that's how quickly Iga Świątek can reset, because she gets her mission back on track. Barbora Krejcikova is yet to hold serve.
Świątek leads by 3 games to 1.
Confirmation of Świątek with the set and 3-1 lead.
I always think Świątek is quite one-dimensional player. She always kind of play the same way, but when she's on, number 2 has been as high as number 1, 24 titles, because she's so good in those times. And today's a good example, not giving Krejcikova any really big chance to get comfortable on the court.
Love 15.
Meanwhile, over on grandstand, Clara Towson has a break advantage, but a break back point at 3-2 for Maya Joint. The winner of that match on grandstand will face the winner of this in a semi-final. It will be not before 5 p.m. local time.
Love 13. And 30.
Wow, beautifully played by Krejcikova for a second Świątek game in a row. Breakpoint opportunities for the Czech.
15-14.
I feel there's a bit more intent in that last point. Staying patient, and when she had the right ball to go forward with a big forehand. I feel that's what she hasn't been able to do today. So it's a bit more positive for Krejcikova.
Pochi.
Still a lot of energy coming from Świątek, running to the towel. If that's how she likes to be on the court, getting all that energy, you have to be true to yourself, true to your personality.
And there we go. Not so much of a smile on this occasion because she knows there's still a long way to go. More of a kind of fist bump, yes, I'm back on serve. But the interesting thing will be in this next game. Can Krejcikova hold serve for the first time in this quarter-final? 3-2 Świątek, second set. Very much enjoying seeing the umbrellas used for sunshine and protection purposes rather than rain. A reminder, if you are late to the Korea Open this year, yesterday was a washout due to the weather. So today, for the winners of the quarterfinal, there will also be a semi-final to play. And should Krejcikova turn this around and win, she also has a doubles semi-final to play. But the first task in hand, can she hold serve for the first time in this quarter-final?
Looking a bit more frazzled the last game or two, Świątek. We're saying she always looks like she's on a mission. But it can be tricky games when it's going too well. You really have to stay focused. That's a much better fight from Krejcikova. Building her points, putting 8, 9, 10 balls on the court. Cutting those on first errors. This sends a message to your opponent. And I'm sure Świątek is feeling it right now. of the first serve. Grishkova has 69%, 9 out of 13. That's important, especially against a player like Swiatek. Quite puts a lot of pressure on the returns.
Net, second serve. Forty, 15.
Oh my word. A little sharp intake of breath there for Krejcikova fans, but she gets the job done. She pumps her fist. She holds serve for the first time in this quarter-final. She consolidates her break and she locks us in at 3 games all.
3 games all.
That's smart, Krejcikova. We know that reaction too is very important. She's still well in the match, could have been frustrated, but she's still fighting. She found that fighting spirit in the last 2 games, I feel. And as far as Swiatek, just a bit of focus, and I was mentioning it's not always easy. It's not always easy when everything's going so well. Very important for her to stay focused. Remember what she did in the first set, that she did so well. There's definitely much more of a fight from the other side, so she needs to stay focused here.
Taylor.
Well, some little ones not happy, are they? Just making themselves known. It's a 5th double fault for Iga Swiatek.
The crowd and the reaction. She wants to win every point, as we know, Swiatek.
48-15.
She knows it's an important one here. She gave that little window of opportunity for Krejcikova to come back. But it's very important for her to hold serve here. Oh. That backhand down the line. She loves that shot. We haven't seen it a lot today. Sometimes you just have to go for it. Sorry, not sorry. She's always a good competitor, Krejcikova.
Advantage, Ronda.
So I don't mind that mistake because she kind of had an intent. She sliced it back as a return. Changed the rhythm a bit and went for a big forehand. That's how she plays her best tennis. So
bit of frustration there. Świątek just looking down towards coach Wim Fissette. Hasn't held serve since the opening game of this second set, at which point she was very much in control.
she wouldn't be happy with that mistake. Return, Krejcikova.
Advantage, Ronda.
Such a great opportunity to turn that match around. That game is not over yet, but can't really afford that against world number 2.
And there's the hold she was looking for. Keeps us on serve. It gives her the scoreboard lead as the Polish flags fly. So Iga Świątek, a set in 4-3 on serve. Today's quarterfinals are running concurrently on Centre and Grandstand, and we can confirm that the opponent of the winner today in the semi-final, which take place later today, will be 19-year-old Maya Joint, who's taken out the third seed Clara Towson, 6-love, 6-3, and whoever comes through this match, it would be a first meeting with the teenager from Australia. And that match is a not before 5 p.m. local time. So quarterfinals and semi-finals taking place today.
Light her service. Love her team.
I feel like Krishikova had a second life in that second set, but she can really afford the last mixed stage she's done against Świątek.
Love touch.
Opportunities now for Iga Świątek to break and serve for her place in the Korea Open semi-finals. And she does, and she will. So Iga Świątek, now the top seed world number 2, a game away from coming back out on this court a little bit later to fight for a place in the final of the Korea Open. 5-3 she leads.
Yeah, she did well to regain focus here, Świątek. As far as Krishikova, 35 on forced errors is quite a lot. And not that many games in a sense. You can just really afford that against a top player like Świątek.
Love. Fifth channel. 15-30.
It can be sometimes one-dimensional for Świątek. Sometimes she's so confident the way she plays, but doesn't always give herself a lot of margin. That's when it can be tricky sometimes.
Oh, that was a beauty from Świątek to draw the error, level up at 30 all.
13 all.
I can feel she was a bit more patient in that last rally, not rushing it, especially sometimes on the backhand. She likes going forward, but she picked up a big margin, bigger target. I thought she was going the other way, going cross court. She had all of the court to use. I feel like at the last second or the last moment, she changed her mind. Can fold the footwork here from Świątek.
Yes.
So many little steps. Oh,
Well, Iga Świątek stopped the point. She's challenging the
On the
call.
left knee at sideline, the ball was called in.
surprising at this moment of the match. Oh wow, she's right.
Ball overturned.
She was very confident. The ball had drifted
Advantage
wide
run.
as it had. And with that, we have match point for Iga Świątek, top seed, world number 2 on her debut in South Korea at the Korea Open, to book her place in the semi-final that will be played a little bit later today. And there it is.
Świątek, love, 6 love, 6.
Iga Świątek is through to the semi-finals of the Korea Open, her 9th semi-final of 2025. So many positives for Krejcikova with more tennis to play, but this moment belongs to that lady there. Well supported and well won. Iga Świątek through to the semi-finals. 6 love, 6-3.
She was very dominant today, Świątek. What a way to finish the match, though. Just a bit of focus in the end of that second set, but she played really solidly. And mentally today, she was the strong player. A bit unfortunate for Krejcikova. She was just not on top form today. But Świątek didn't give her a lot of chances. She was putting so much pressure on the other side.
Real positives for Barbora Krejcikova. Lovely to see the smile on her face. Just her 9th event of the year due to the back problems. Felt she may never play pain-free again, but here she is. And she still has a doubles semi-final to play. That comes a little bit later, remembering her partner, Katerina Siniakova, is just about to take to grandstand for her quarter-final. So lots going on across the two courts. But it does mean, and we'll hear from Iga Świątek shortly, that she has around 3.5 hours before is the earliest that she would need it back for the semi-final. So a good debut week for Iga Świątek. Very well supported here in South Korea. Through to the final 4.
Congratulations for your win. And this is your first visit to Korea, and it seems you've adapted well to the courts here. How do you feel about today's victory?
Yeah, for sure. You know, even though the score doesn't say so, it was a tough match, and playing against Barbora is always tough. She changes the rhythm a lot, so I'm happy. Yeah, that as you said, I adjusted well, and happy to be in Korea. Yeah, it's been really exciting. So I'm just curious how it's gonna end today, because 2 matches doesn't happen often. So yeah, we'll see.
네, 오늘 이 코트가 좋았음에도 불구하고 굉장히 쉽지 않은 매치였다고 얘기를 해주셨습니다. 상대 선수 역시도 만만치 않은 선수였기 때문인데요. 그럼에도 불구하고 이길 수 있어서 무척 기쁘다고 또 매우 설렌다고 말씀해 주셨는데요. 네, 큰 박수 한번 부탁드릴까요?
I'm sure you already noticed that during the match that many fans are cheering for you today. So would you like to say a few words for your fans?
Yes, thank you guys for coming and being here every day, even when it's raining. Yeah, it's been really lovely, and I feel a lot of support. So yeah, I'm happy, you know, to be here and experience that, and for sure it's going to motivate me to come back next year.
네, 오늘 정말 많이 와주셔서 매우 행복합니다. 그리고 내년에도 또 오고 싶다고 그렇게 말씀해 주셨습니다.
Thank you to Chai Rin Song with the questions. Another round of applause for Iga Świątek, and they're getting excited because they have the chance now to get a signed ball. And I think that's the question, Steph, isn't it? That Iga Świątek's such a creature of habit. She does everything to the millisecond of what she's doing, and this is unusual to play a quarter-final and a semi-final in the same day.
Yes, it is. But I do feel you get in the rhythm, you're already in the matches, and I think she's loving the energy. She's loving being in Korea, as she just mentioned in her interview. I think, yeah, just today in this match was very solid from start to finish, and I'm sure she'll take a bit of time to recover and get ready for a second semi-final. But you can also see those numbers, 37 on 4 stars. We're talking about our Krejcikova was making too many of them, and you cannot really afford that against Iga Świątek. First serve could be a bit higher for Świątek, but she did serve well when it mattered. Also, only 2 break points won for Krejcikova. 6 out of 10 on Swiatek. Just for me, Swiatek was really solid. She knew how she wanted to play. Krejcikova tried to change the rhythm, but it was just not good enough today for her.
So our first semi-final lineup is complete. Both coming through with the same scoreline. It'll be a first meeting between Iga Swiatek, the top seed, world number 2, still in with chance of year-end number 1, against a 19-year-old from Australia who's having a really breakout year on the tour in Maya Join. So the good news is that while we have one semi-final complete, we still have plenty more tennis coming your way here at the Korea Open. A little look at the race to the finals. We know that Sabalenka and Swiatek have confirmed their place for Ekaterina Alexandrova, who we're going to see next. Look at that. There is still a gap, but it is a closable gap if she is to reach the last 8 in Riyadh. So plenty to play for across the board as we get ready for our second quarter-final on centre court.